Good morning. It is Monday the 2nd of March. I've got up, I've made my bed, I've had my breakfast. I had a cinnamon bun and some peppermint tea, which was lovely. I've had deliveries arrive and I just answered the door to the postman looking insane. I was like half in pyjamas, half dressed with one sock on. Now I'm dressed. I look as tired as I am. I'm exhausted. I actually watched a movie this morning just first thing. I just needed to like shut my mind off and be pinned there for a while because I had a really intense weekend in terms of like just doing too much. I just overdid it as per usual. So now I'm doing a lot of weird stretching like this and I'm exhausted. I'm happy with what we got done. I'm really proud of what we got done. The house feels lovely today. It just feels so nice to be in. It smells so fresh and clean. I don't know, it just feels lovely. But I'm exhausted, so this is the way it works with chronic illness. I did 2 days of doing a lot, so now I'll probably have about a week of doing nothing. Like, I never know, it's totally different every single time. So today though, I am going to just let myself do nothing. I think I'm going to do some more like scrapbooking, photo album stuff of our Florida photos, just because that always makes me happy, because looking through the Florida photos, they're like the time of my life, so I love doing that. But also keeping my hands busy is often great for my mind, and yeah, even though like I know I've got to spend time not doing anything, I don't like to just not do anything. Some days I do, some days I literally will just be doing nothing. Some days I have no choice but to do nothing, but today I feel like the best thing for me excuse me, would be to just sit and do some photo stuff. But it is a lovely sunny day with like bright blue skies, which is lovely, and the air feels fresh and it feels like spring is finally coming. And I don't think actually spring starts until like the end of March. I think it's like the 20th or something. But it feels very spring-like today and it's getting me excited. I normally do very well in spring in terms of my health because it's kind of that in-betweeny weather. It's not hot, it's not too cold, so I tend to do quite well in spring. Plus my garden comes out and I love gardening and I love my garden. So and I messaged my mum the other day like, I cannot wait to get back to through spring through to like autumn. We literally go to garden centres regularly to get new stuff for our gardens. My mum's garden is like 10 times bigger than my garden, but I still like a garden full of plants and flowers. So yeah, I miss it because we haven't got in so long. The last time would have been like in autumn to get like the tulip bulbs and things like that, which are growing. I can see them from here. And that's very exciting. So yeah, I can't wait to like get back into that. I want more camellias. If you don't know what a camellia is, they're just beautiful. I've got them in pots at the moment, but when we move house, I'm going to put them in the ground. We just don't plan on being here that long. Like we never did plan on being here that long, but the situation with our neighbours has got so bad that it's just I don't know, we're thinking about moving sooner rather than later. So I don't want to plant things and have to dig them up. But they're evergreen and I love that about them. That means that they stay green and luscious and look healthy and alive all year round. And that's also why I love rhododendrons. If you're not into plants and gardening, you're going to be like, what is the point in this segment of this vlog? But I am. So I don't even remember how we got talking about my garden, but I'm going to go downstairs, have some more water. I feel like I need to drink like the whole sea worth of water today. I didn't drink enough yesterday or the day before. And yeah, get on with my photo stuff. Just opened my parcel from Urban Outfitters. And it was some of the art I ordered. I love this. It's like peachy with a cactus. But then also this one is adorable. How cute is that? It's like a pinky promise. And the arms go up into a heart. Just got it in a white frame. It's on top of my ladder unit. I don't know about like these pieces. Like a lot of this was just like, apart from that obviously, but a lot of this shelf I just put stuff there because it needed to go there. I haven't actually decided like where I want things. And I had a really old piece of art here that I don't really like anymore, so I wanted a new one, and it looks really fresh and lovely there. I really like it. So some of the new bits I got for our bedroom, I just had this like literally like an awakening in the middle of the night of like, I want to add some colour to our bedroom. It's always been pure white, but because of some of the stuff we have in it that's just like our stuff that's colourful, it doesn't have that like pure white look. So I was like, maybe I do need to add a colour in and just really give the room a proper style. So I got these art prints from Urban Outfitters. I love this. Look at this. And then this one, like I said. And then this one. Oh, love them for above our bed. And then, yeah, I really wanted to add in some more green in terms of I've got some plants and stuff that I want in here. But also like a peachy coral colour was kind of what I wanted to add. So I got these two from the range. I got this little moon banner, I think adding some gold, and this was from B&M. But the moon banner was from Urban Outfitters as well. But adding some gold I think will really warm it up. But I've laid it all out here like this so that Ben can look at it, because I can see everything in my mind, like in my mind's eye. I know exactly how I want things to look and where I want things to go. Ben's not like that. So when I lay things out and go, look, it's all cohesive, he'll love it. So yeah. Lovely little Oliver bonus package. This is a piece of art I'm obsessed with. This I'm so excited to use. Turban hair towel infused with coconut oil. It's like microfiber, just because I'm trying to not use heat with all these scalp problems I've been having. I got this Deep Sleep Pillow Talk. I tried this once and I was obsessed with it, and then I never re-bought it. And then I'm trying to remember what's in these things. Oh, I got a flamingo like hook that I want to use to put towels on in my downstairs toilet, because it's flamingo themed. Don't know what that is. I don't know what this is either. Oh, this is some longer teaspoons, because the way I've got my cutlery in our kitchen at the moment, you can't get teaspoons in and out of it, so I don't keep them in there, but then it's really annoying having them separate. Anyway, that's what those are. Still open, it's always paused to shut. I know why now. I see. You've been pushing it open. He's literally just like, I don't give a shit, I'm falling asleep here in the sun. And so is my little one here. And yes, I have Christmas socks on, don't judge me, my feet were cold. Hey handsome boy, are you enjoying the sun? Hi. This guy is still limping, so if he doesn't get his act together, he's going to be back at the vet's tomorrow. And obviously I don't mean it like that, like I'm genuinely just super worried about him and upset by it. He really won't put weight down on it, but today is way worse. He's proper limping. I know he's going to have an x-ray, and I know how expensive that is, because Cleo just had to have one literally a few weeks ago, and it was like £1,000. Bit over £1,000. Yeah, but we obviously we're not going to leave him, so yeah, so that's worrying me. But I feel really quite down, so this is going to be like a mini therapy session. Sorry if you hate chewing gum, I have got chewing gum. Having a lot of thoughts and feelings about my worth at the moment. Last night I got really quite upset about it, and cried and kind of rant talked to Ben about it all, and it's kind of obviously still like there, but it's been there for a while, and last night it just like all came out. I think it was because I was like extra tired, but obviously it's a good thing that I talk about it with Ben, but it's something that's hard to talk about because I have a lot of like shame and embarrassment about it, and there's really not a lot of things that I don't like talking about or will like hold in. I'm not that type of person. I let everything out and I will tell the people who matter the things that matter, but this is something that is really difficult, and I don't really know why this specifically is hard for me to talk about, but it just is. So I've been just feeling pretty worthless recently. Pretty worthless and useless, and like my life is not really worth anything. Although my life is like pointless. And even now I'm like, literally don't want to really say this on camera, but I feel like I need to. It hit me a few nights ago that this year will be the 5th year that I haven't, like it'll be 5 years. It'll be 5 years since I've done any performance work, and if you didn't know, I'm a performer. It's what I've done since I was literally 4 years old. So just some background info, I guess. I was that kid who, as soon as I could talk, I would sing. As soon as I could walk, I was dancing. I had way too much energy and way too much spunk and spirit. And literally for my 4th birthday, my parents, well, no, for my 5th birthday, but I was 4 when we first went there, and like I signed up, and I joined a stage and screen school, which is where I met my very best friend, who I'm friends with to this day, and also just where I had some of the best times of my entire life. And I was actually there for 8 years, nearly 9 years. I didn't get my 9-year badge, my best friend did. But actually she was already there. Actually, she might have got a 10-year badge. She was already there for a year before me, because she's like a little bit older than me. He was 5 and I was 4 when we met. And yeah, I got brought into the room on my first day, and the teacher was like, I was in the singing class, and the teacher was like, "This is Jessica, she's new, she's only 4, who wants to look after her?" And my best friend literally shoved everyone out of the way. I was like, "I will, she's mine, I'm doing it." Like, she was the most, I thought I was the most confident person I'd ever known. She was the most confident person I'd ever known. She was so bolshy and ballsy. Anyway, yeah, so I did singing, dancing and acting lessons there. And then when I was like 8 or 9, they held like a scouting day. And then from that scouting day, you got invited to go for like an audition with agencies. You are injured. Please calm down. And I got chosen to go, and I went, and I got picked, and I got an agent, and I then spent the next few years getting to go to auditions and castings, and yeah, just like so much cool stuff all around London. And I don't live in London, I live near London, but I used to get out of school to go to them, and I booked a few things, and I got paid, and I loved that. And like yeah, it was my dream, and I was living my dream, and I loved it. And then obviously I was at that age where I could start doing drama at school, so I did. And then my whole life I picked it. Whenever I could pick it, that's what I picked. Like, I picked to do in GCSEs drama and dance. And then when I went into A level, I fought really hard to be able to do, I did photography, but I also did dance, drama and theatre studies, and then performing arts. And then I also did English language. So I did 5, and I really fought hard to do 5, but also to do 4 out of 5 that were creative. And English language, they still kind of saw as like a more creative class, but anyway, I did it, and I did well at them. The thing is as well, I've not always just been into performing. I love creating. So I used to write my own plays and write my own performance ideas, and then make them from scratch, and like make the costumes myself, design the costumes myself. The whole thing was me, just me, just everything I wanted to do. I wanted to do it all. I wanted to be the producer, the director, the performer, the costume designer, the everything. And then I did well in my A levels, and then it was time for uni, and I went and auditioned for a few different unis, and I got like unconditional offers from all of them, which was insane. And so exciting and hard to choose, because the university I went to, I am so glad I picked it, and I adored it, but it was a completely different vibe from my other top pick. It was between these two, and the other one, I got 3 unconditional offers. The other one I didn't like as much, but it was hard because the other 2 my best friend was also going to, so it was like, oh my god. But I chose to go further away from home and know no one, because that's just the type of person I am. Yeah, and I auditioned, and I was looking to do a combo of dance and drama. Auditioning was nothing new to me, and I've never ever been nervous in an audition in my life. And yeah, I picked the University of Winchester. And you know why? Because I went there, and I'd got the prospectus for... Hi! Are you a happy boy? He's so happy for the fact that he's injured. I don't understand what's happening. Yeah, I got the prospectus for dance and drama, but then they sent me another prospectus for a course called Street Arts. Street Arts. Not street dance, and it's not graffiti. This is like all of the cliche things I've heard a million times. It's street theatre, outdoor performance, site-specific performance, and it just grabbed me. It just grabbed me. You know why? Because doing dance and drama was like, so I did drama, I'd be given a script. From everything that I looked at, the way it was put to me was like, you know, for exams you'll get given a script and you'll perform it. But with this course, it was, you can do whatever you want. Whatever you want. The sky's the limit. You can create it from scratch. You can work on your own and be the person who does everything. Creating, coming up with the ideas, making the costumes. Like, there seem to be so many more avenues with that. And it excited me. It just excited me. And so I went for the audition for that course. And yeah, I sat down and I spoke with the man that had created the course, because it was brand new as well. So I was going to be in the first year that ever existed. So we were kind of like going to be guinea pigs. Parents had a bit like some doubts, and I had some doubt. Not doubts, I had questions. If I wanted to do like just a dance piece, could I do that? If I wanted to do like a stage show that was more traditional, could I do that? Does it all have to be all this other magnificent stuff you've put to me? And they were like, you can do whatever you want. Like, you could literally do whatever you want. And that kind of creative control, I was just like, yes. I'm in. And I left and was just like, this is it, I'm so excited. And my parents were a bit like, oh, are you sure? Like, surely you'll be more likely to like get on TV. You know, that's what everyone, whenever you say you're a performer, well, worse when you say you're an actress, everyone's like, oh, have you been in something I know, and have you been on TV, or have you been in a movie? So my parents were a bit like, you know, won't that be easier to do those things if you do the traditional courses? And I was like, yeah, but wow, how exciting is this opportunity? The first people to do it, I can do whatever I want. I'll really have my stamp on my work, which was always really important to me. And so I went for it. I got offered it, and then I got the grades, and I took it, and I went there. I still remember the day I moved in, the day I got dropped off. I was the first one in my house of 8. I obviously started my course, and I adored it. And in my first year, I made a performance piece that was like a walkabout act, which means that it's kind of what it says on the tin. it's a walkabout act. So it's an act that like will move around a big space. Like if you're at a festival, it'll be like going around the festival. It won't be like in a set place where you like go and meet them. They'll just be amongst the crowd. And I wrote this piece, and you had to, it's a 2-part exam, and the first part was that you had to like pitch the idea and like how you were going to accomplish it and what it was going to look like and what was the meaning behind it. And then the second part was you had to perform it. And I got a first for it, but I also, off the back of that, off of doing it, I did it in the town, in Winchester Town Centre, on my own. It was a solo performance, and it was a bit of a social experiment. And if you're interested in like me talking more about my like performance work, then let me know, and I'll definitely do a video talking about like what I've done and stuff I've created, because I do love talking about it. It's like it's my passion and my life. And I'm really proud of this piece because I was a baby. I was 18, and it was like one of the first things I'd done. It was the first thing I'd done on my own in the streets, for sure. But it was one of the first things I'd done where it felt like a fully realised thing. And yeah, not only to get a good grade, but I actually, off the back of it, got hired. Someone had seen me do it and asked my lecturer, who was obviously there grading me, what was going on and who I was and what it was about. And yeah, I got to do it, and I got paid at a festival, and my accommodation got paid for. I just felt like, oh, this is it, I'm a real professional performer. My accommodation's getting paid for, like I'm getting paid to do it, it's my idea. Like, I just felt alive, and it felt right, and it felt like this is my life. This is me. I'm really in being me. Yeah, I'm really, really proud of everything I did at university. I'm really, really proud of all the stuff I created. Another piece that I created, I got to perform at the London 2012 Olympics, which was another walkabout act. I was really big into costume design at the time, so a lot of my stuff was a lot focused on like aesthetics and costume and stuff, which I guess people always get from me anyway, because I'm really into fashion and clothing and expressing myself through clothing, so it makes sense that I would like costume designing. And it was really funny because the whole time I was at uni, everyone would always guess that I was doing a fashion course, like I was a fashion major. I was just out living on my own for the first time as an adult, so I just was living my best life, wearing whatever outrageous thing I fancied to every lecture. And any fancy dress night, I went ham. It was just the best time, like, ever. Anyway, I graduated with a first. And I love to say that I was the first person in history ever to graduate with this degree. Because I was. And yeah, I got a first. I sobbed my heart out when I opened up my like final grade. Literally just bawled my eyes out because I was just so proud. And in my last year I had a lot of like family tragedy, and my first real experience of like deep loss, and living away from home on my own and going through that when most other people my age and in that situation hadn't. I felt very lost and misunderstood, and it was hard, and it made me drift from relationships and act out in different ways because I just felt lost. And to get that grade through all of that was like huge, and still is. And thing I'm most proud of in my whole life. And then I was like, this is it, I'm ready. I'd been looking up just like performance work online, because at this point I wanted a bit of a break from having to do everything myself. I'd done it for 3 solid years, and I was like, you know what, I would really love to get paid to perform someone else's work for a while. That would be lovely. So yeah, I saw this advertisement, I went and auditioned, and I got the job, and that was it. I started like doing that the whole time, and I loved it. Like, my actual job title was actor, and I worked at nearly every UK Merlin Entertainment's venue as an actor, which meant different things at different places. But I also, at one of the venues, worked as a team leader for the entertainments department. So day to day, to oversee, look after the team, deal with costuming, deal with stage shows, deal with walkabout acts, like all of that. And I loved it. And then I went on from working all of those, and I often had like 3 jobs at once. And then I went and worked for Disney as an actress, as a performer, which was like my dream. It was my dream. I just wanted to work for Disney. And I got there, and I cried when I got that job as well. And then I was working at Disney and working for Merlin and working as a carer at a children's nursery from like 3-month-olds to 4 years old, which I adored. And I worked with them. I did my work experience with them with the nursery when I was like 15, and then I worked with them on and off my whole life, because they were really flexible with, like, if they called me up and said, do you want to come in today, and I had another job on, I wouldn't, or if I was free I would. And I love working with kids, so it was a perfect fit. And in the midst of, right before going to Disney, I was the team leader. I had so much going on in my personal life that I didn't know it at the time, but I was having an actual like mental breakdown, which carried through to when I worked at Disney. I was working at the 3 at the same time, and so I cut back my hours at the nursery because it was the worst paying. And then my Merlin Entertainment's job at the time then was like a fairly short stint. Most of them are, you do like a little contract and then you move on and then you can go back and whatever. With Disney, just worked there, occasionally at the nursery, like on and off. But that last contract with that contract with Merlin like really lifted my spirits back up and got me through. And then when that was over, I started to have like physical stuff happening with my body that was really confusing, and I started to just feel ill all the time and exhausted, and then I was having real bad body pains, and I thought I'd injured myself in that Merlin contract, because in that Merlin contract it's extremely physical, and I thought, oh, maybe I've injured myself somehow. I took myself and paid for a physio, couldn't really find anything wrong, but I just felt so ill. I kept feeling like I was going to pass out, but also my mental health all just took a dive, like out of nowhere really. Like, I had been struggling with this personal stuff that was carrying on, but it just went from bad to worse. It felt like overnight. I just was all of a sudden really struggling. I'm trying to get my timeline straight. I'm sorry if this is really boring. Then I decided to leave Disney. It's something I don't talk about a lot because it was fucking terrible. But I was having all this illness and it was all unexplained, even though I was like I was actively trying to find out what was wrong with me. But it just wasn't handled well at all by my managers, and it all came to a head when one day I said I can't do anymore. Like I need to either go home, or I just need like a big break. I can't physically, I feel like I physically can't walk. I feel so dizzy, I feel like I'm going to pass out, and it's making me like feel panicked. And obviously I was around a lot of kids, and it's Disney, so you have to be Disney, and I couldn't physically be in character, and that wasn't an option. So I was pushed to carry on, and I had a huge panic attack at work. It was dreadful. It was like one of the lowest moments of my entire life, and that was it for me. I was just like, I can't be here. If that's like how it's going to be, my health has to come first, and something's seriously wrong, because I'd always been like super fit and healthy, and overnight I felt like a 90-year-old. Now we know it's lupus. So when I left there, I didn't work for a while, just occasionally at the nursery, and living off of money I'd already like made and kept aside. Smart thing to do when you're a performer, if you can, because work isn't always guaranteed. Started considering going back into street theatre stuff, like writing my own stuff, performing my older stuff. And then I thought, you know what I think I need to like go somewhere I know really well. So I went back and did my last stint at another Merlin Entertainments venue. I actually got offered a job at a different one that I'd never worked at, but I went back to one I'd worked at just because I knew it. It was familiar, and I felt like they'd be understanding about my health problems, which they were. Yeah, so I went back there, did a contract there, and then during that contract I was sexually assaulted whilst at work, which fucked my whole life up, to put it lightly. I went from there to another different Merlin place, and then after that, because of the assault, I was like, I didn't want to be around people. I didn't want to. When you're performing just for like members of the public that can be up close with you and can touch you and things. I mean, they're not meant to touch you, but people do. It's a lot. But when you've been violated, it then feels like impossible, and that's how it felt. It just my mind and body was like, no way can you be put in that vulnerable position. So I was like, I'll take some time off, blah blah blah. But during those last two, that last year, that was 2015, those last two stints, and in between I'd done random like extra work, adverts and shit. And whilst I was doing all of that, I just knew something was up with my health. Like, I thought that it was all stress related because of stuff I was going through in my personal life and the way my mental health had dropped, and I thought, oh, I'm just feeling really ill and really dizzy all the time because I'm depressed or anxious or whatever. But then, like, my mental health started to improve a lot, and I was in therapy for all of that, for my mental health stuff, because in amongst that I'd developed an eating disorder coping mechanism to deal with everything. And then I was feeling better, and then I kept saying to my therapist, like, but I still feel so ill, and she kept encouraging me, keep on at your doctors. And then one day I went to my GP and we were discussing stuff we'd already discussed, but she'd recently asked me to get more blood work done, and I'd done it, and she'd got it back, and that's when she first said to me, I really think you have lupus. It's like my whole world collapsed. I went home and cried. But then between that was like January or February or something in that year, and then I didn't actually like get officially diagnosed, which makes no sense now to me when I look back at it, but until July of that year. So I went like months with my GP being like, I'm pretty sure you have this like horrific disease, and giving me info on it that was terrifying, all about like my lungs collapsing, my heart giving up, my brain stopping working, how it was life-threatening, how, oh, you know, back at just 20 years ago, the life expectancy after diagnosis was like 10 years or something terrifying. And I was just left for months with that information. It's just been this crazy whirlwind journey with my health ever since, really, because then I found out obviously I did have it, and then it was like you have to work for ages to get it under control. Then you have to carve a whole new life for yourself, a whole completely different life for yourself, especially for me, because I went from 3 active jobs at a time, using my body every day, strength, stamina, to like literally bedridden, my legs giving out on me when I was walking around in public, passing out, panic attacks at work. Like it was night and day difference. And so yeah, then I've been creating a new life for myself, and I haven't done, this year will be 5 years since I've done any performance work, and that hit me the other day, and it's been on my mind ever since, and how depressing I find that, and how I feel like I've wasted 5 whole years of my like youth, 5 years of my 20s just gone on being ill, and how angry that makes me, and how sad that makes me. And yeah, I've just been feeling a lot like my life doesn't really have a point anymore. I don't think people will get this if they grew up, or maybe still don't really like know what they want to do. But for me, I've known what I want to do since I was 4, and I've been doing it since I was 4, and I've been working, doing like getting paid to do it since I was 8 years old. 20 whole years of being a paid performer in varying different capacities, and now here I am 5 years without it, and I feel like I'm not fulfilling my life's purpose. It's what I do, it's what I love more than anything, it's what I'm good at. It's literally who I am, and I don't want a life without it, if I can just be completely honest. I don't. It definitely hasn't been possible for me to do it. So it's like constant torture, really, and just feel lost. Feel lost and feel deeply saddened by the idea that I've gone 5 years without performing. Like it tears me apart. And I said that to Ben last night, and I don't know why, but I find it something that I don't like admitting to people, or saying to people, or like talking about. I think because my like art and my craft and like my love, it's all so deeply personal to me. It's me, it's in me, it's me. So to talk about it out loud is hard, because it feels more personal than talking about my mental health to me, or my physical health for that matter, even though they're obviously all tied in here. But thinking about how much I truly like miss that work, and doing that, and using my body in that way, and creating that kind of stuff, and I can't express the feeling of like coming up with an idea, honing it in, creating it, seeing it come to life, then doing it, and then getting the reactions from people to it, and then what you learn from that whole process afterwards as well, and like through it, like what I lived for. And I don't think you can create what fulfills you. I don't think you can make things fulfill you. Like I had this discussion with doctors and with especially my the mindfulness group I went to at my physiotherapy place. I got sent to when I got diagnosed with fibro, because we had to write down what fulfills us and makes us feel alive, and then what the things that like knock us out and make our health worse. And I said, what if they're the same? Because mine are. What fulfills me and makes me feel alive is performance, acting, dancing, creating, street theatre, physical theatre, using my body in that way. But that is also what is impossible for me and what makes my health worse. So then where do I go from there? And no one's ever had an answer for that. And maybe there isn't an answer for that. But how do I live with that? So I don't know. Feeling very overwhelmed by it. I don't know where to go from here. Do I make new art that is catered to my illness? What would that look like? How would that happen? Is it possible? Or would it be better for me to just give it up? And even saying that makes me want to cry, because I don't want that. I don't want that at all. It's so weird to feel your whole life like you're meant to do something, like you were made, you were born to do something, and it fulfills your heart and your soul, and you love it, and then to have it taken from you. This is going to end up being the whole weekly vlog, because I've literally talked for like half an hour, so I'm really, really sorry if this is dull, but this is what I'm going through. I just feel lost, and I'm feeling a bit worthless. Hey guys, so it's Tuesday and I haven't filmed anything today. I just after like talking to you guys last night, and obviously it's just been going round and round in my head and trying to figure my life out basically, but also still being exhausted from the weekend and everything we did, I decided just to take the day to fully rest with no judgment on myself. And it was nice. I watched a load of Kendall Ray videos. I feel like I mentioned her loads in these, but I love her. I'm all caught up now, and I did some filling out of my like home renovation planner of the stuff that we did over the weekend and like what's left to do, and just chilled really. Feel better for it. I don't look it, but I do feel better for it. I am uploading a video. I'm just going to edit the thumbnail. Figaro's paw is still really bad, so we just called the vets and we're going to have to take him in for an x-ray on. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it just because Fig really hates going in the crate in the car, and we're lucky in that neither of our cats have ever lashed out or lash out at all at anyone. So my plans for the rest of the day are I've got to just edit this thumbnail and then have dinner, watch some Schitt's Creek. Highly recommend it if you're watching it. I'm like, we're already through to season 4 now. It's so good, and the episodes are quite short, so if that's something you like, but it's just really funny. But the sweet moments in it are really sweet. I really want to do some reading, and I've got like a mindfulness puzzle book I bought, and it's got some really cool stuff in there, and it's also I think to help with like, it seems like some of the stuff's like to help with brain fog stuff, which I get because of my fibro and lupus, and then I really want to have a shower and wash my hair. It's my evening. Here's my outfit of the day, my Simpsons Mr. Sparkle top from Truffle Shuffle, and my tracksuit bottoms and my Chanel hoodie. And I will be wearing sliders because I'm going swimming. I've got my swimming costume on underneath this. And yeah, so I just need something that's easy to get on and off in the swimming pool. Hi Cleo. Please observe this angel. Oh, thank you. He's really poorly. His leg's not good. He's booked in tomorrow. I'm nervous about it because he hates going in the car in the carrier. Oh, Figgy. What are we going to do with you, huh? Good boy. I know he's unwell because he's stuck to me like glue and like pinned me and not wanted to move all day. And yesterday he didn't move off my lap literally all day, and that doesn't happen. Like, he's always quite liked his alone time from me and from Cleo and from Ben. Like, I normally see him in the morning and the evening. In the middle of the day I'll be up on the bed asleep, but yesterday he was on me all day, so I know something's wrong. Hey guys, it is Thursday. It's Thursday morning. I didn't vlog at all yesterday because something happened the other night to me that I don't want to talk about. I don't feel comfortable or safe to talk about, which makes me really angry that I can't, but it is what it is. But it's really badly affected my mental health, basically. It's triggered off a lot of stuff in me that I have finally come to a good place with, and it's set me back. And yesterday, just from all of that, I was absolutely exhausted the entire day. I just felt like I couldn't move, which has kind of helped and made better by Figgy because he's poorly. He's got a really bad limp. We don't know what's going on. His front paw he just won't put down, and he's hopping around the house. And we called the vets at the start of the week, and they said not until next Wednesday to get him in again to have a look. They've looked at him once, and because of the adrenaline, because he gets quite nervous in the car, they said that he was walking fine. I could not believe my eyes. So this time I videoed him around the house to show the vet, because otherwise I feel like I look crazy. Keep bringing him in and they're like, there's nothing wrong with him. But the weird thing is, like, I'm feeling all from his shoulder all the way down to his paw and checking all his claws. He's letting me. Cleo literally just is trying to get attention because she knows I'm filming. Are you okay? What are you doing? Cleo, what are you doing? What are you doing? Are you alright? She just got so overexcited that she smacked her paw into her water, and then I think the cold shocked her. She's so silly. Yeah, anyway, where was I? Yeah, it's so strange. He's letting me. She's also trying to entice Figaro, which is kind of working, but he can't play, bless him. She's so weird. Okay, now we're just doing parkour up the walls. Can you hear that? My cats, honestly. And she has asthma, newly diagnosed, and we're trying to get her used to the inhaler before we actually try and give her the inhaler. She has been on steroids, they've not really helped. So her running around like that as well makes her out of breath, and then she starts coughing. Oh, it's just a lot. It's just a lot. We're a poorly household right now. When you've been through a mental health crisis and you come out the other side, I almost live in like constant fear of going back there. And I'm really intuitive, and I'm really, really in touch with my body and my mind. I know the stages of things with my mental health. I can see them coming. I know where I'm at and what to kind of pull me out of it now. And it's taken like 5 years to get there. I'm there, but now if I have a day like yesterday, I genuinely felt depressed. Like, I didn't just feel like a bit sad or in a weird mood. I felt genuinely depressed, and I could feel it like just creeping into my soul, and I get scared. It really freaks me out. I get really scared of like, oh my god, is this going to set everything off? Learning to like not have a breakdown, not get too panicked about it, not think the world is ending, not going to that doomsday vibes, and just telling and like having to just be okay with that. This is just the process, and that's hard, but I can do it. I've done it a million times, and I'm gonna go swimming, and it's gonna be great because it's gonna clear my mind. And it looks awfully grey and drizzly and horrible outside, but that cold fresh air will be good for me, I feel. I'm not going swimming yet because they've got another bloody fun swim. I keep choosing to go where they've got bloody fun swims on, where they put up all the giant like floats. And I mean, I'd love to go on it, but I'm pretty sure I'm above the weight limit. So, and I don't have kids with me, so maybe it'd be creepy. Yeah, so I'm avoiding that and I'm waiting for that to be over and then I'm going to go swimming. I've got a load of washing in, I've run out of pants, and yeah, I'm the worst for that. I don't even notice it's happening. I actually have a lot of underwear as well and a lot of bras and stuff, so it takes a long time for me to get to the point where I'm running out. But then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I go in my drawer and I'm like, oh, there's like one pair left. So yeah, I'm doing a load of washing. It's all over my kitchen floor, which is bugging me because the kitchen looked so beautiful at the weekend when we cleaned it, and now it's full of washing and also full of boxes because I ordered all new blinds and they've all come. Because guess who destroyed them all? The cats destroyed all our blinds. So we've got like a little plan for how to tackle that so that they don't do that again. But yeah, I was sick of looking at them because they're broken. One of them I can't even put up anymore. That does me in. I want to be able to have it open, and so yeah. It's annoying when you've done all that and it looks lovely and then it's ruined the next day, but it's only temporary. What I'm actually going to just do now is go and check online if some stuff is in stock in my local Boots, because I actually do want to go there because I'm going to try the curly girl method for my hair. These scalp problems are getting me so down, and when I use stuff that doesn't have basically all of the stuff that the curly girl method is against, like silicone and sulfates and parabens, when I don't use all that stuff, I know my scalp is better for it. And also, I had proper ringlets when I was a child, and I just thought that I grew out of it because I got older and they just dropped out. But when my hair's wet, it still goes proper curly, and I'm just like mind blown because I've seen all these people now. I've looked more into it. You can get sucked into the world of this, trust me, there's so much to it. Who had even less curly hair than me really when in wet, and now they've got beautiful ringlets because they've done this. So I'm going to try it out. I think maybe it'll be better for my hair, maybe it'll be better for my scalp, and I'd just love to see if I could get my hair like I had it when I was younger, really. So I've found some products that look like I will enjoy them and that are on the list of like things that you look good. So if you do this or you've done it, let me know what you love and what I should be doing in the comments below. But yeah, I'm going to look up now and hopefully pick up some stuff today and get started on my curly girl hair journey. What you do, I'm so in love with you. Lovely little sing along there for you guys, you're welcome. I'm at swimming now, so I'm going to go in. It's absolutely chucking it down, so I'm going to get drenched. Yay. I'm knackered. That was a good swim though. It's still chucking it down. I got drenched on the way back. My car is all steamed up. Let's go home. I need to eat something. Hey guys, I'm gonna go to bed. I didn't really do much. I actually watched a Mile Higher podcast about some true crime, which is, you guessed it, Kendall Ray and her husband. I love their podcast. Watched one of those. It was a couple of hours long. I fell asleep at the end of it, and then Ben came in from work and woke me up. I'm just really stressed about taking Figaro to the vets in the morning. Here he comes. Hop along, baby boy. Hi. Did you have some dinner? Was it nice? Oh, sweet thing. Yes, I'm nervous, so yeah, I'm just gonna go to bed now. We just watched some Schitt's Creek. We played some COD, and had like an M&S noodles and crispy Chinese chicken situation for dinner. Yeah, that's it. So I'll see you in the morning. Hello guys, it is Friday. I'm exhausted. I've been up since 6 AM, which is far too early for me. I've got cats on my top, and now I've got a cat coming over to me because I'm talking to the camera. Can you guess which one it is? Hey baby girl, come on then. The mystery is where's her collar, because I've been out, and then where's your collar? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, yeah, so I got up, I took Figaro to the vets. He's gone in. They said because he was being so still, bless him, he's such a good boy, they're going to just sedate him rather than put him on an anaesthetic, which I'm happy about. Good girl. I got there super early by accident. Thought there was going to be loads of traffic and there wasn't. Then after I dropped him off, I went swimming, and then I went to get my prescription, and then I went to my mum's and had something to eat. Oh, darling. I should have taken my camera. I honestly didn't think my day would be that eventful, and then it just has been manic. And then on the way back home from my mum's just now, I stopped in at Boots to get a load of new hair care products that I need to fix this scalp problem that is driving me insane. So now I'm at home. Cleo has been home alone, which she does not like, do you, baby? Where Ben's at work and I was taking Fig, and Fig's obviously gone. I'm waiting on a call from the vets now to see like how he is, but I'm not picking him up till later. But now I need to just chill for a bit, and then I need to have a shower and use my new hair products, which I'm excited about. This is my favourite drink. I'm obsessed with it. Clementine, honey and lemon from M&S. It's a huge bottle. It's literally bigger than my head, but I can drink this whole thing in one sitting. It's so good. Oh, I think someone else might like it. Hi. Hi, sweet thing. We're gonna snuggle now. So it's Sunday. I don't even know what I last vlogged. This week's been a lot. Yeah, yesterday I couldn't have really vlogged that much. I mean, I could have vlogged something, and I'm annoyed that I didn't. I feel like this week I've not vlogged anything that I've done that's actually interesting. And I've vlogged all the in-between moments, but it is what it is. Maybe I won't even put this vlog out. But yeah, yesterday I spent most of the day with my best friend. I went to her house. We had tea and cake. It was glorious. It always is. We had a lot to talk about, a lot to catch up on. And something actually happened to me right before I arrived at hers. So yeah, it was just very manic. Basically everyone in my life doesn't really want to be on camera. So I wouldn't have filmed it anyway. But yeah, it was lovely. It always is. It's like therapy seeing my best friend, and not in the way that like I use her as a therapist or she uses me as a therapist, but just that I get that same like light and airy, free feeling when I leave spending time with her as I used to get when I left therapy. Yeah, so that was yesterday, and then what did I do in the evening? We watched Schitt's Creek, and we've now finished it. We've watched all 5 seasons. It's the best. Seriously, watch it. Moira from it is one of my favourite characters of anything ever, and I do love them all, but Moira and then David I'm obsessed with. Today Ben is really unwell. I think the week has caught up on him. He's had a huge like change at work. He's amazing at his job, and they all recognise him for that, and they love him for that, and so he's working his way up with crazy speed. So he kind of was like basically starting a new job, like in the same like field, but he's filling in for like 6 months with a much higher up role, and then he'll see like where it goes from there, whether he wants to go that route or not, because he does love his job. And I always say to him, like, that's precious. Like, a lot of people, especially people that work as much as Ben does, don't like their job. So if you love it, hold on to it. But yeah, so an amazing opportunity. He's been given it because he deserves it. He's great at his job, and yeah, so I'm really, really proud of him. But it's been obviously really hard, and like adjusting to any new role, but especially ones where it's like more responsibility than you've ever had, is hard. So he's just been, yeah, I think it's caught up on him, and today feels really unwell. So he's just chilling downstairs, and I brought myself up here to try and sort out the mess that is my bedroom. I'm exhausted, and I've got dirt on my top because I just went and did like a tiny amount of gardening. Basically kind of pulled some dead heads off and moved some pots around. My tulips are all coming out, and daffodils, which is just so exciting, but also all of my camellias and my rhododendrons are all bulbing up. My rose bushes have come back. They're all green and lush, and I can see that I'm going to get a lot of peony shoots this year, and that is very exciting because peonies are supposed to be like quite hard to keep, and they've done really well, and I've been quite good at looking after them, so they're normally glorious, so I'm excited for those to come out. Just kind of doing bits and bobs really, but just trying to organise my life. Bought a load of new stuff that I'm really excited to put up in our bedroom, but like I don't want to put that out until I've cleared the shit that shouldn't be in here, so that's where I'm at. I've been trying to do a lot of self-care stuff because of this week being really mentally draining, which I implore you to do if you're also struggling mentally with a week or a day or a month or a year or 5 years or whatever. So I've been using this the last few nights. It's by This Works, and it's Deep Sleep Pillow Talk, and it's a double act of a pillow spray and then like a little roll-on that you put on your like pulse points. And I actually got given that at a fashion week in a goodie bag years ago, and loved it, and then I've bought it on and off ever since, but I haven't had it in ages. I forgot it even existed, and then when I was shopping for home stuff it popped up and I was like, oh my god, where have you been all my life? And I've been using it, and Ben even loves it. He actually likes it a lot. Every night now he's like, have you sprayed my pillow? So I actually do think it helps. I tried all of my new curly girl method hair stuff, and you know what, my hair looks insane, as in like just a kinky wavy curly mess at the moment. Like there's just every strand of my hair looks different than the last, but so I've just done it up. The curly girl method thing is huge online. Like if you google it, my god, you can get stuck in a wormhole for like years. But do you know what, I think my scalp has been the least irritated since I washed it than I can't even remember how long, like genuinely. So I think, oh hi Robin, there's a little red robin literally sitting on the tree staring at me. Hi darling. Robins always remind me of my granddad who passed away, my mum's dad. Not, if you know me and you've been here a while, not the up granddad. My other granddad. I don't know, they just always remind me of him. They always have. So I always remember him when they like come close like that. I think maybe I was having a reaction to like all the shit that's in normal shampoos, because trust me, I tried like 10 million different shampoos and everything irritated me, including like sulfate free shampoos. And I use this stuff that's like, all the stuff I've used is like sulfate free, paraben free, alcohol free, silicone free, and genuinely, like, I'm not gonna lie and say I haven't itched at all or haven't got sores at all, but I've been able to go about my day and not be driven to distraction by it, which is where I've been for over a year. So I'm loving it. I'm also now looking forward to like the next time I wash my hair, which, because of all these scalp problems, I've not been like that for so long because it hurts loads. And I also got this little baby, and I love this. It's called One Line a Day, a 5-year memory book. So you go to the day, so like January 1st, here you go, and there's like a little 20, so you'd put 2020, and then you fill out like a little memory of the day, and you do that on the same day for 5 years. And I mean, how different can your life be in 5 years time? So I love that idea. I love stuff like that. I love like memory stuff because I really enjoy looking back, and I know as time goes on I'm going to enjoy looking back at this time when like me and Ben are engaged and doing up our first home, and you know, it's just like, I love it. Anyway, I've got to get on, and I don't think I can film it because I don't know where I can put you even to like, I'm going to be everywhere basically. So I'll catch up with you later. Look at this blossom tree of mine. Oh my god. All the blossom from the bottom all the way to the top. It's got huge. I looked back at old pictures actually, and it's so much bigger than it was when we first moved in. I love it. It's one of the only like alive things at the moment in garden, and like obviously you can see the woods at the back is all still dead, so it's really nice to just have some colour and flowers. This is actually a really great view to show you. Look at all my tulips. This whole row on the wall, where's my finger, here, you know, this whole row here, all these green shoots. We planted 250 tulips, and these are my camellias, And look, they're budding. Yay! I love my garden. I put up some new fairy lights. We had fairy lights there anyway, but they were just like old fairy lights that I'd had from our old house. And I wanted like a proper curtain one, so it just goes straight along the top and they all just drape. Because the other ones I just had to like put up any way I could. But this looks a lot neater and smarter and cleaner, and I'm happy with it. Yay! Hey guys, so I went to my nan's for dinner. We played Uno Attack. It was hilarious as always. I didn't bring you with me because you're low battery, but also I just need this week to be over. My mind is frazzled and I've knackered myself. You can't really see it because of the lights, but I've hung some wisteria. It's gorgeous, and the new lights and stuff. And doing the garden, I'm done. So yeah, then we came back and we've started the Gabrielle Fernandez thing on Netflix, documentary on Netflix, which is making me more angry and more sad than I can even tell you. And maybe this week wasn't the right week to start that with the mental state that I'm in. So yeah, now I'm exhausted, but I feel very excited to wake up tomorrow and it's a brand new week, and I just want to leave loads of shit behind me. So yeah, good night. I'm sorry if this vlog was awful. I don't even know at this point if I'm going to even bother putting it out. I'll have to look back through what I've actually got. I feel like it's just loads of me sitting here talking about how unwell I am. But yeah, that's my life. So I'm going to go. If you did enjoy it, please like it and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.